I'm in the western half of Scotchman 1 plantation, along with the cicadas. And today we're going to look at the Koala Hub. We're going to see the koala assessment area for the Great Koala National Park, but we're also going to see just how much of the koala habitat and original native forest is excluded already from the park when it should be in it. The area I'm in now is an area of native forest that until 2022 was zoned plantation. Because of the work of myself and other citizen scientists, forestry has recognised this is not plantation, but it has simply converted it back through a name change to native forest, so it's available for logging. But at the same time, this area that is really good forest has been excluded from the hub. Both the hub and the assessment area. So we are now in nice forest, previously zoned plantation, now made available for logging and excluded from the Great Koala National Park, which is why we, myself and my colleagues and local residents, are calling now for a greater koala park that recognises this core koala habitat. I'm currently still just outside the koala assessment area, but look, what is the difference between this which is outside the koala assessment area? These are tallow woods, prime koala trees, and now going this way inside the koala assessment area. More tallow woods. Obviously, the difference is entirely artificial and a human construct, not a koala reality. So this is an interesting piece of land use history. Here's the historical aerial photography from 1984. I'm outside the 2021 plantation boundary, but I'm inside the 2022 plantation boundary, which has just been annexed by forestry. And when we leave this image and the large canopy tree where the dot is, and we come back to the mapping forestry uses, here we can see natural regrowth and some smaller canopy sproutings from this tree. And we're inside the new plantation, and this has clearly not been planted, and this is a patch here in the corner of native forest regrowth inside the plantation, outside the koala assessment area. No different from this bit here that I just come through, and no different from this bit here that I've just come through. It's all a continuation of native vegetation, and it should all be in the Great Koala National Park, and as we now call it, a Greater Koala Park. So I'm outside the plantation, I'm outside the hub, I'm outside the assessment area. Here's a patch of original forest. Note the kind of uneven canopy. We'll come back to DPI and the mapping that DPI uses. And here's a rather messy looking canopy. And here is a giant bloodwood. And all mahogany. But either way, I'm prepared to call this a koala tree. If you look at the base here, it's been cleared around. There's no evidence of brush turkey mounding. And here are scratches. It's possible that they've been made by a goanna, or both. The fact that this area is quite cleared indicates this is a popular tree, and my money is on the koala. And just to make a point of it, here we have a circumference at breast height of 4.6 metres. Massive old growth. So I'm in the hub. There are the coordinates. Pretty average so far. A lot of lantana. The sole difference here is there are more blue gums than there are coastal blackbutts, and I would say this is a forest mapping decision that this is better koala habitat. This has been based on a spatial analysis, I would say, and no one's been here. This is basically an area of erstwhile cleared agricultural land that's regrown naturally. There are a few original trees. This is a paddock tree, a nice tree, but not as good as the area we've just been through, and not very conducive to koala movement. They don't like to cross lantana. So I'm in the hub and I'm still navigating through a wall of lantana. So I'm relatively close to the centre of the Koala Hub within the assessment area. There could be a nice patch up here, but I've just had to bash through a whole load of lantana. Look, there are some koala value trees here. It's blue gum, for example. But look, I'm not one to be an eco snob, but really the level of lantana in here, this is not really high value habitat, and as we go further in, there is a predominance of coastal blackbutt. The patch that's been set aside and probably will go into the park is nowhere near as nice as some of the areas we've already been in, which really goes to show that when it comes to landscape level planning, you've got to think about the whole landscape, not what you see on your desktop computer. We often forget the small things in life. Beautiful.